So welcome to the Fog Bog 2021 Year 3 version 3 of my dispersal systems for fog and low-lying effect. This design is not mine. I stole it from somebody on YouTube, two excellent people that are brilliant, and I'll have all of their information included in this video. I saw this on their website or their channel, their YouTube channel, and I thought that's A, really cool, and B, that'd be one heck of a dispersal system for fog. So let's check it out.
First, credit where credit is due. Check out Cat's Menagerie at YouTube.
After seeing Catherine and Elizabeth's video with their facade, they actually had at the beginning a diagram of theirs that I kind of screen capped and followed along just for reference. So this largely is credit to Catherine and Elizabeth, which I'll have the link for, of course. But the original plan was section A, B, C, D, E, and F. I was going to have many sections, but what I found was because I had to build this in my garage, I had to make modifications. I had to make the main body shorter so that the garage door would open. And then I had to make the roof all in one piece because I tried to do it in two different sections. It wasn't working for me very well. So what I have now is the main body, the sidewalls, that keeps that stable on the ground. I also have section E and F, which are the wings, and then the rooftop, and then the awning. So there's 5 different sections, and everything fits in the garage, and now a storage unit after this is all over.
So here's one of my first tries for trying to make XPS foam panels looking into old distressed wood. You can tell it's not that great. You do need to practice before you start. Like I said, I built this all in my garage. I built it so I could open and close the garage door. 5 different sections. There's the 3/8 inch ply, 2x4s. I did use pressure treated on the bottoms, on the sills. I built all the foam all to it as a sheet and then made the sheets look into individual planks like this. And if you watch one of Kat's videos, you'll see her thing on force perspective, which is kind of cool. I just use latex paint. It's best to use latex paint for the first coat at least. Mine's just black matte. Once this was done, I started to carve out all the distressed looks and took it outside. I actually sprayed it with an airless sprayer because it was kind of taking a long time to do with a brush and roller. Once you do that, you'll see on her video that you actually use a wood graining technique. It's a little tool you can get from Amazon. And once you do it, you come back and you actually darken it up again, as you can see here. This is with the wood graining tool and the gray paint. And then this is after I spray painted it and used some water and paint mixed together. The roof was fun. I just used different kinds of paints that were in my garage, and lifting it was the pain. And here's day 1 on October 1st.
The other question I get is, what is it made of? How did you construct it? Well, this part, the wings are actually 2x4s with 3/8 inch plywood sheathing. The bottom half is 2x4s with 3/8 sheathing, and the roof is 2x3s with 3/8 sheathing on both of them. Everything is fastened together using lag bolts, securely anchored to the ground. The wings are anchored with a 6-foot rebar bashed into the ground and clamped. Here is the 26-inch earth screw. I'll put a link in for that too, with their lead online, connected to a 1,200-pound working load strap. So I'm able to crank the tightness here. I did paint it black just so that it looks better from the side. There's one on each side, and on the 2x4 portion, I just kind of added that in. I think I explained that earlier. And down at the bottom, I have 36-inch rebar just holding that in, just for additional support. In the front, right behind the column, I was able to put in a cable going down into another 26-inch earth screw, and there's 2 of those on each side. So the whole thing is pretty sturdy. It's also stable by nature, just due to the fact that there's a column here and there's this, and then we have the wings. What I was just concerned about was the potential for a big gust of wind to maybe knock it over or blow it over. And my biggest thing with this is I did not want to cause any injuries, so I might have went overboard with some of these systems, but I know it's safe and I can reuse the parts next year. As for being pretty non-modular here, I did the best I could considering what I had to work with. Wings come off, the top comes off, and then I have this bar here. It's a 2x4x10. That actually serves as a handle to tilt it down towards you, a 2-person job with some truck wheels or caster wheels that are fixed, mounted to the framing on the inside. I did have to add a couple more pieces of 2x4 down here, but the whole thing on the bottom part weighs about 315 or 20 pounds, I think. So it's not light, it's a 2-person job, and once you do get it at about a 40-degree angle with 2 people holding it, it actually moves pretty easily. Inside the facade, you can see kind of somehow the framing I did here. Down below, that's the exhaust for the Fog. And some of you actually helped me out a lot with recommending putting a sheet down or a trash bag. And then actually somebody even suggested, because it was absorbing the water on the drop cloth, the theater curtain, to put a Scotch Guard water protector on it. And I did that, and last night it actually worked out really well. And I'll show you what the upstairs looks like. I have a box window. I kind of need to address that. I have a light in there that's supposed to flicker, but for some reason it's not working. And right up here I have a little disco ball, and this is actually a laser. It's a leveling laser that shines down, and I'll show you a video of that effect too. As far as electric, I actually did not have an outlet in the front of my house for some odd reason. So I had an electrician come out and install one outlet to a brand new breaker in the circuit panel. Everything I'm using is with 12 gauge Husky wire, just for workload. I do have 26 LED lights. I have 2 150 watt LED lights as well. So I was concerned about that type of power. I also use a thermal hub for 2 of them in each of my boxes over here, which help keep the power lines off the ground and also water covered. All my timing devices are located inside these boxes as well. I'm using Wise and Wemo. The boxes are pretty cool. They even have a little thing here if you want to lock it, but I'm not really too worried about it. But they just snap open, and when you put them back together, push it through the seal, and it's done. There's the Cumulus fog machine running, 26 lights. On Halloween Day, I'll also have 3 Chauvet 1600 Hurricane machines running as well for a laser feature I'll be doing. Now for the fencing, I do recommend it because this is just styrofoam, and you can actually just bump up against it and it'll break off. So I just had some spare, actually a buddy of mine has some spare 1x2s, and the wood is actually lathe wood that you would use for old plastering of drywalls. They sell it at Home Depot. It's like a 50 pack, and I kind of want to say it was about $25. I'll double check that, but it's not the sturdiest of fences, and I used a stain, which my 3-year-old actually painted this, and as far as professional painting goes, it's not the best, but it actually worked out really good because it kind of is very inconsistent, and I like how she did it. She actually did this whole thing.
In my pictures, you might notice a Fog Bog image, a GOBO projector I used that I realized wouldn't work because it was essentially a huge tripping hazard. So here's a funny story. I named my display a few years ago the Fog Bog, not realizing that there's an actual fog juice. And naturally, I've been buying that, and it's pretty good. It's by Froggies, and it's kind of hard to find right now, though. The shipping is so expensive on it. I'll try to add all the links to the stuff I used in the description of the video. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Also, make sure you check out Kat's Menagerie. And also, you'll see her sister's design of the original facade.
Ready?
Have a good one. And also, kids love to karate chop this stuff, by the way. It's so fun. Happy hunting and happy Halloween 2021, everybody. Thanks for watching.